sexy and fresh summer fragrances. So the dilemma that a lot of summer fragrances have, especially the fresh ones, is that they're just kind of lacking in sex appeal. They're just, they're clean, they're fresh, they're nice, not really sexy. So, I have a small list of fragrances that are both very attractive and yet fresh and still clean and great for summer. So, I'm going to start with probably the most famous, most well-known, probably most bought fragrance for women, which is Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. This is specifically the Eau Intense version, which is the intense version. I would say it doesn't really matter necessarily what version of light blue you get here. They're all trying to do the same thing, which is to be light, fresh, a little bit citrusy, crisp, summer fragrances. This, every time I see it on any website, has like 5 stars, 10,000 reviews, like everyone loves it. So, and that's, there's several reasons for that. So, really, what you're getting here is crisp green apple mixed with some citrus notes, and then of course some other notes. But the apple note alone, mixed with the citrus, super crisp, super feminine, light, natural, this is a perfectly balanced fragrance. And you can't really go wrong with it. I haven't seen anyone who actively dislikes this fragrance because it is so well-rounded, well-balanced. Nothing, is too much of something. It's not too sweet, too musky or anything. Very nicely balanced. And, it reminds you of like the Italian Riviera, the beach, and it's just a nice fragrance. And besides being nice and fresh, it is also very kind of sexy, feminine fragrance as well, and not necessarily in the typical way of like a clubbing fragrance. Obviously, this just has more of a natural appeal. Very classically feminine, pleasant. That's the word to describe it. Pleasant. Then, if you want something more modern, more kind of a simple, pure fragrance, then you can go for Le Labo Bergamot 22. So this is obviously bergamot fragrance that you're getting here, and it's just, this is another one that's actually pleasant is the word to describe it. One downside with this, it's very light. I would say probably 4 to 5 hour longevity here. You might have to reapply it throughout the day, but despite that, very nice scent. Definitely more of an intimate fragrance, but again, similar to light blue, classically feminine, natural, a little bit sweet, got that natural bergamot scent, crisp and fresh. And you could wear this at the beach, you could wear this having dinner, basically anywhere. This is a very versatile, unintrusive, inoffensive fragrance. And Le Labo, of course, is a very high quality brand, so you can't really go wrong with that either. Just a good option in general. You're sure to get compliments with this. Le Labo, everyone loves Le Labo, just because they produce great fragrances. Then, another one. This is Musk Therapy by Initio, and you would think, musk doesn't sound like it would be good for the summer. Usually that's true, but this is an exception. Because this isn't your typical musky fragrance, this actually has white musk, white sandalwood, very light versions of their original notes. So what you're getting here is a very light, clean, slightly powdery fragrance. Clean is the word to describe this fragrance because it is, very smooth, very bright, kind of like fresh linen or like fabric softener, clean laundry sort of thing. So this is also very modern. I think it came out in 2021, and very pleasant, very pleasant. More of a moderate fragrance, probably 6, maybe 7 hours longevity, moderate projection as well. This is a very appealing fragrance. It's technically unisex. I would say it leans a little bit more towards the female side of things. very attractive fragrance just because it has that, you know, it's clean, but it's also cozy, you know, so you're getting the best of both worlds here. And yeah, just a very attractive fragrance. Then, one of my personal favorites, this is Gentle Fluidity. And the reason why I like this and why I think it's an extremely attractive fragrance, it has juniper berries in it mixed with nutmeg. So juniper berries are very fresh, kind of similar to pine trees, you know, that fresh woodsiness mixed with the nutmeg, which is of course a warm spice. And when you blend something so fresh with something so warm and spicy, you get this fantastic mix. I have not smelled anything similar to this yet. And besides those two notes, it also has a little bit of musk and then some more wood notes. But in general, this is a very fresh fragrance, very like you're walking through a cool, crisp forest out somewhere. Very pleasant fragrance, and I mean, obviously great for the summer for that reason. And this is also unisex, so easily could be used, you know, either men or women, whatever. Actually, this is also pretty long lasting, despite its notes. Probably 6 to 7 hours, maybe longer depending. But yeah, this is a great option. This is eau de parfum, so it's, you know, more concentrated. Then, the last one that I have is actually a men's fragrance. This is Dior Homme. But despite being a men's fragrance, this is really a unisex fragrance because it has a really nice iris note. And iris is such a good note, just in general. It's lightly sweet, a little bit powdery, very clean. You know, for me, I always think about walking through like a flower garden somewhere. You know, it has that dewiness, that freshness. You can't really go wrong with this. The iris is really the heart of this fragrance, especially as it dries down. Has a little bit of sweetness, but not so much that it would kind of exclude men from wearing it, obviously. And just a good fragrance. And from Dior, it's a very high quality option. You know, just agreeable, pleasant, and attractive, of course. I like that it kind of becomes a little bit more powdery as it dries down, and the iris note really becomes more pronounced the longer you wear it. Definitely a compliment getter. And besides that, that is pretty much the list of sexy and fresh summer fragrances. So, if you have any opinions about these, you can always leave those down in the comment section below. If you liked the video, leave a like, maybe subscribe, and I make videos throughout the week, so stick around for those.